You can start.
Hi guys! Welcome back to Ask Nancy. It's Wednesday and guess what? It's right about 1 o'clock. So thanks for tuning in.
Yep, we're doing live with Nancy here with Remax, and we're answering any of your real estate questions. And in this video, we're going to talk about a really serious subject again regarding the whole real estate, COVID-19. Can I still afford a house? What if something really impacted my income? Can I still afford a house, or am I done for a while? And this is a really big question for anybody who's considering buying a house. And just a quick thing, how's everybody doing your life? Are you guys doing distance learning, Google Classrooms and Hangouts and Zoom and all these things that you never thought you could even have part of your vocabulary just a couple of weeks ago? So I hope everybody's okay, and we're going to help you in this aspect with real estate. Okay,
Absolutely.
Nancy?
Yeah, in fact, I know daily we're getting notifications that my kids with Schoology it's crashing because of the number of people that are trying to get on to do distance learning. We thought it was really important for us to get together and just chat with you guys. And first off, we want to thank Stan Weber, also on our team. We're sitting in a beautiful little jewel box of a home over in Maplewood. 8:30 McKnight, and you guys will have to tune in. We're going to do a virtual walkthrough so you guys can take a look at the beautiful features in this home. Probably one of the best kept secrets on McKnight Road over here. It's a very quiet part of McKnight, actually.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Nice, tucked away.
And so I think, do you want to maybe first, we'll start off with one of the reviews that you want to read, and then I'll share with you guys some insights from Phil Olson. He's a loan officer I work with over at Amic Home Loans, and he really boiled down what's affecting home buyers and, as a ripple effect, home sellers in this market.
Okay, so first of all, this review?
Yeah, that's
Nancy,
great.
You're getting a 5-star review as a realtor. And today's review is from Shang 3. Nancy is very knowledgeable when it comes to buying a home. She was very informative and knew a lot about the work that each home that we looked at, what it needed. Her assistant was really great too. And it took us a while to find her home. She was really patient with us, but without her and her assistants, we would not have found the house that we really wanted if it wasn't for her patience. So thank you, Nancy.
All right, that's great. Tria and her husband Laura bought a house over in North St. Paul, Maplewood area there. So very exciting. It was wonderful to help their family. And since then, actually, she's referred tons of clients. So I'm so thankful for you, Tria. Thank you. Been able to help a few people and their family, and I'm really excited about that. So
Nancy, serious stuff. I'm gonna buy a house. I was on my ready to buy a house. My income got screwed up. Can I still buy a house? All this really important stuff.
Yeah, so first and foremost, guys, what I've been being told is that essentially if you're not working because your workplace is shut down due to COVID, it's highly unlikely that you'll be able to get approved for a loan. Now,
oh my gosh, I didn't want to hear that, but
yeah. And so in all honesty, I wish that we could just put a pause button on everything for like 2 months, so that the economy and everybody can just kind of go right back to life. In fact, I've got a couple renters that are being affected by COVID, and
oh my gosh,
they've let me know, Nancy, we have no work, we don't have any money coming in, and the bank, despite what you may see in the media, they still are collecting their mortgage payments. And so, as it is, I'll kind of jump into some of the details that Phil kind of boiled down for us. For a long time now, there's actually like 8 items that he kind of pointed out, and I'm just going to kind of read them in notes here, is that any loans, like any borrowers right now that are that have a below a 680 credit score, your debt to income ratio, because as I always tell home buyers, the bank's looking at 3 things. They're looking at first your credit score, second a formula called your debt to income ratio that determines how much you can buy in terms of a home price, and then third, of course, you look at down payment. Now, if your loan or if your credit scores are under 680, the bank is not going to want to give you a loan unless your debt to income ratios are under 40% of your income. If your scores are below 680 but you have like 3 months of reserves, meaning let's say your new house payment is going to be $1,500, and when they calculate how much you put down on your house and you still have $4,500 left, like in savings, because we need those reserves. Most families should have 2 to 3 months in reserves, right, for their expenses. And then they still be able, the mortgage company may still be able to give you the loan. Secondly, for anybody buying investment properties or second homes, you are now required to have at least 6 months in reserves. So 6 months of payments, like on this new investment property you're going to buy, you've got to have that amount set aside from your down payment and closing costs in order for you to be able to purchase.
And you worked with investors before.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm a real estate investor myself. I worked with a lot of real estate investors who are either, they've bought with cash, they're going to, turn around and flip the homes like what, my husband and I do, or they're just buying an investment property that they're going to rent out for investment income. Third piece here is, for self-employed borrowers, your income is reduced to 25% and 6 months or more reserves, essentially. So meaning your debt payments can't be more than 25% of your income, because being self-employed like myself, there's never any guarantee that, even if we made $100,000 last year, we're not guaranteed to make that again this year. And with the economy being impacted the way that it is, banks just want to err on the safe side, of course.
Okay.
And of course, if you're working a job where you get overtime, you make commissions, or you get tips on a regular basis, which is like variable income essentially, they're going to look at the lowest of a 2-year average between like the last 2 years. So if you've been a server for the last 2 years, and you've been claiming your tips, they're going to look at just kind of the lowest of the two over the last 2 years essentially, to account for how much house you can actually buy. Fifth piece regarding rental income, we can't use any rental income from another unit to help you qualify for a home unless you have at least 6 months in reserves. So essentially, banks are wanting you to have money set aside in the event that, let's say you were going to buy a home and it's a duplex and you're going to live in one unit and the other unit is going to help you rent, or is going to be renting from you to help you make your mortgage payment. And if they they want to make sure that you have some money set aside. So you need about 6 months in reserves to make sure, just in case that tenant can't make their payment for 1-3 months or potentially longer with how COVID is impacting our economy. Let's see here. 2 more items, guys. Again, 3 items. So main thing is there can't be any lates, of course, on mortgages especially. So if you own a house now, and you want to go and buy a new home to live in, which about 50% of the buyers right now are doing that, you cannot have any mortgage rates on your current existing home. The mortgage company will not give you a loan to buy a new home if you have.
So always be in good standing, up to date with your payments.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now I feel like beg, borrow, to try to make your payments. And again, a late payment is really, like I tell people all the time, if your payment date is due like the 5th, you can pay a day late, you can pay 10 days late, 15 days late, 27 days late, but don't pay 30 days late, because that one late is going to knock your score 60 to 80 points and you may not be able to buy anymore as it is. And last 2 pieces, for some home buyers need to have at least 12 months of rental history, or like, if you paid with a check or something like that, 12 months of canceled check, rent checks that we can prove to the bank that, you pay rent on time. And the last piece, which impacts a large amount of the buyers that I work with right now, for some home buyers, it's just in general getting harder to get first time home buyer loans, FHA loans approved with lower credit scores. It's just, becoming more difficult. Now, I guess the last big piece that is maybe a positive change in our environment is that banks are now allowing just drive-by appraisals versus, having appraisers go into all these different people's homes as they're, need to come in and do an appraisal report for the bank. So.
I've never even heard of that, a drive-by appraisal.
Yeah, so it's starting to happen.
So that means that they're a little bit relaxed, like they'll just...
Yeah, so essentially what's happening is, normally in an appraisal, the appraiser will go to the subject property.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to look at, like, okay, are there, granite countertops? Is there tile, or is it just, is it linoleum, or what type of finishes are in the home? I believe that really with the times that are upon us, appraisers are really going to be looking really closely at what real estate agents will input in terms of facts about the property itself, like whether or not the property has a fireplace, and just upgrades and things like that. They're going to really rely on agents to be the front line and getting that accurate information out there. So
yeah. Nancy, thank you so much. A lot was covered, things that I wish it wasn't being said, but times have changed really abruptly, and your chances to qualify for a home could really drastically change because of all that's happening. So yeah, we'll see how things go forward from here. Nancy and I were really rooting for the best for everybody. Her income industry is impacted, mine, my husband, everybody's life is really impacted by what's going on. I just want to say hi, shout out to Moi. Hi,
hey,
thanks for watching. We see you.
Thanks for chiming in.
Watching the community here. And I want to give a quick shout out for supporting small businesses. Nancy's a small business owner, proprietor. I love small businesses. We have friends who own small businesses, and they really employ a lot of the people in this country and make the world go round. So
Absolutely.
It's spring, it's almost summer. I love ice cream. I'm actually an ice cream snob. I'm very picky about my ice cream, and there's a cute, amazing ice cream place in Northeast Minneapolis. We're near where I live, and his name, it's called Fletcher's Ice Cream. Fletcher's Ice Cream. And the guy who owns it, his name is Jason Fletcher. He sort of like fell from heaven and into life. You will not meet a more friendly guy. He is so sweet. He says that he basically got into ice cream because he loves people, and he even researched what makes people happy. Ice cream makes people happy, and then that's why he got into the ice cream business. That's literally
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, ice cream does make me happy.
Yeah,
I diet all day to sneak in a little bit of ice cream at night.
Yeah, you and me the same. So one of the sweetest guys, so amazing, so sweet, and I support Fletcher's Ice Cream. So Jason, shout out to you. And that's, I think, really what we just want to talk about is housing. Can you still afford it? Supporting small businesses. If you have any questions, type it down below. We always read it. Any questions is no questions is too embarrassing. So always open up for anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, is Fletcher's Ice Cream open right now during?
They are.
Yep.
Excellent. Open for just for takeout. It's not dine-in, but for takeout. So thank goodness.
That's awesome. I'm gonna bring my kids over, and they've been dying for just a chance to go out.
Oh yes.
So, all right, great guys. Well, thanks for chiming in. I hope you're staying safe, and we will have a video of this wonderful little jewel box of a home that we're in coming up shortly. So keep an eye out on my page. Thanks so much.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Oops.